Hello and welcome back to part 2 of our gravel race tech video from the Traka. We are down here at the finish line of the 200-kilometer event, waiting for the riders to come in. But before that, go and check out this monster gravel bike, which was built for the world's biggest gravel races. Well, we've been super lucky to grab Ulrich Bartolomus.
Oh, that's super right.
So good. For a little interview. You haven't got much time. We could do a whole video on this bike. Let's dive right in. Some people's eyes will be offended. This is a hardtail with drop bars. What's happening here?
Well, actually, I do most of the riding, or the last years I did most of the riding coming from road, converting a bit into gravel. So I'm pretty much used to drop bar riding, and getting on the mountain bike with like a 70 centimeter flat bar was feeling just weird. As most of my races are ultra long distance, I really need to feel comfortable. For me, it was a very quick decision that I need to change to drop bars just to feel good on the bike and have the same feeling like on the brakes.
Absolutely. Can you talk me through your suspension setup?
So it's a front suspension on a RockShox, the Sit Select Plus. So it's kind of a basic but pretty durable suspension. It's not super lightweight, but the focus is more on durability than on lightweight, because this bike is mainly built for Tour Divide in June, so it has to survive 4,500 kilometers in one go. And
that's a small ride.
That's a tiny ride.
I'm just looking at the front end and I'm trying to work out, it's here, your lockout. I was trying to see where the cables, I was thinking, oh, maybe he's got it integrated into his SRAM red levers or something, but it is a simple cable actuated lever just there.
Yeah, it's the mount is custom, because the lockout, how you normally fix it, it's designed to be on a flat bar. Yeah. So with the 27.2 millimeter diameter. Just in front of that, we've got a big old front light, and I think it's a dyno if I see that hub correctly. Yeah. It's a Supernova M99 front light, super bright, the brightest one on the market.
Like I said, we've got so much to get through here. Tires, crucially. First of all, what size wheels are you running? These are 29?
29 cool. Inch wheels, yeah.
And then and the tires, both Hutchinson, but we've got different profiles, front and back.
Yeah. In the back I have a 50 millimeter Hutchinson 2RX, which is more like hard pack, designed for dry conditions, and in the front I have a Tundra, which is with more profile, a bit wet, muddy conditions, also 50 millimeters. On the rims they pop out as 54, 55. And I just mounted like with the more profile in front to have a little more grip, which I think,
yes.
Well, it comes in handy these days. We will find some mud out on the route.
One 750 milliliter bottle there. I take it you would be running a
vest as well. Yeah. So I have 2 liters on the back and 750 a bottle. So 2.5 liters, something that's enough. So the route.
If we move down to the drivetrain to finish, I noticed a rotor power meter, I believe, and then it's a SRAM mountain bike group set.
Yeah. So I'm running the Rotor 2 in power meter. Have mounted 34 chain ring with the 1052 Eagle cassette. The XX1 derailleur, pretty solid gear. You can do everything with it.
Yeah, cool. And no dropper post at the rear.
No, that's
it's not that shreddy.
It's a simple and solid D-shaped post. Yeah.
Of course, we're going to have to weigh this bike. do the honours. I'll come round and do the reading. Oh, hang on. Take 3. We'll call it 13.6. Not bad for a big bike. Well, I have to say this is one of the coolest bikes that I've ever seen at any race that I've ever been to. Thank you so much for joining us. Massive good luck. Right then, we've got the reporter mic out because they are 10 kilometers away. So come on, Felix, I can literally drag you by this lead. Come on, we've got to go and film some bikes. What an incredible finish. That was super, super fast. We didn't catch the winner, but we did catch up with Asbjørn Hellemoser to talk about his lovely new Colnago G4-X. Here he is. I'm here with 5th place Asbjørn Hellemoser. Mate, how was that today?
It was crazy. It was really, really crazy. I'm really tired, and I didn't have the best legs today, but I kept the mind cool, and I think I got like a better place actually in the end than my legs deserved. So I'm really, really proud about that.
We saw the trail conditions changing so much throughout the week leading up to the race. How was it out on the course with your setup?
Because I've done a lot of recon. We went to Indomable, and then I just stayed in Girona just to do recon. And in the start it was super dusty. But then it started to rain, full gas, and then the course changed a lot. But today even it was dry some places, so sometimes it was super muddy and sometimes it was really, really dry. But I got my 45 tires with some Pathlon on, so and then of course the new Colnago G4-X, which is like, it's just another, it's like a little more, it has a little more reaction, and it's a really, really good bike. And then the KDX wheels that in the end it's a super fast setup with the Shimano components, and I'm like, a really important thing today was to take some oil with me, because like even though I waxed the chain, like then it got super dry because you just went in these big muds and you could just feel like the stones and everything, like you could hear everything. So that was like really key. And actually when I got dropped, I took myself time to give myself the oil, maybe lose 10 seconds more.
One thing that's super interesting to me on this bike is that you've got a road group set, not a gravel group set. What's the reasoning for that?
Like in the end it was, I've gone with this setup. I was with the GRX group before on the other bike. But like there was like some problems that to be able to go with the 36 instead of 34, I had to go with like a 12 speed, and actually it was really, really good for me, because there was sometimes today like on the climb which was like really, really hard because it was super steep, it was super muddy. So actually that saved me. It saved me some energy. So like I don't want to change too much before a race. Like if you have done like, in the end I won the real stage in Santa Val on a setup like this, and it went really fine. I didn't have problems with shifting also in the front, so in the end it was no problem actually. So but I think when we have a little more time to test some things, I think it could maybe make sense, but to change to a one by, but we will see.
Well, a super fast roadie kind of setup for a super fast guy. We'll let you go sit down and get a pizza. Thank you very much, man. Well done today.
Thanks a lot, man.
A super fast roadie setup there. I loved it. We didn't get much time to chat with Clara Sophie Skovgaard, but it was very interesting. So let's go and have a look at her second place finishing bike. Okay, so I am with the second place in the women's 200 race today. She is high as a kite. You are so happy with this, yeah?
Yeah, very happy. I can't believe it. It's my first time racing Traka, and this is beyond everything I've dreamt of, so I'm so happy.
Please keep the tears to a minimum. It would be great. I just want to ask you, how was your bike set up today? Because the conditions were changing so much.
Yes, last week I decided to roll with the 45mm tires because I know my strength is my technical skills, so I wanted to do whatever I could to improve that. And I don't know, I don't do tire pressure, so I was measuring this morning with my thumb and thought, let's go.
Obviously the right decision for you. I want to touch on, you've got a 2x drivetrain as well. Good choice for you today?
I think so, because it's just enough gears for the climbs, but I can still push fast on the flats. I come from a flat country, so for me to have like a solid gearing is very important for me.
And then at the front end, you're running, quite an aero setup up here.
Yeah, but my handlebar is quite wide actually. Because like my descending skills I come from mountain biking, so the wider the handlebar, the better. And I really found that helpful today.
So the tactic was just full send all day.
I dropped the girls on the first descent and was alone for some time in the front. I knew that Caroline Schiff was super strong, so she would probably get back up. But I tried to catch her again on the second descent, and I got quite close. I just love sending it downhill.
I would say you've earned sending it right over to the pizza van. Thank you very much. Well done. This is Sherry Cardona. She was meant to be doing the 560.
Yes.
But now we're just going to do some training rides, because you were saying off camera that 320 is just too short, isn't it? Really?
Yes, for ultra cyclists, the night is important. That's where the moves are made.
That's where the chess game is played. Mm-hmm. I want to dive straight into this, because this is your lovely Fara bike. Can you tell us about it, please?
Yes, so I have the Fara F gravel. This is size 54, and then I have the new Fara modular cockpit, and I have a bit of a DIY setup with a custom 3D printed plate to mount these aero bars, the Sirocco aero bars.
Is this for aero, or is it for comfort? Like you just get another position to be in on the bike?
Yeah, I think it's mostly for comfort, but actually it makes a difference even on gravel. Like when you have a long stretch and you need to close the gap to a group, is really helpful, I would say. So, or you have a headwind, you still feel it.
And you were saying that the night is where an endurance cyclist kind of really settles down. Obviously, to ride through the night, you're going to need lights.
So I use the Supernova Airstream. So it's really useful because you can also plug it to your power bank and keep on running the light. So if you run out of battery, you have it there. And I also have a helmet light, which is really useful if you want to ride fast in corners or descents.
And I notice you've got your city safety here with a little bell.
Of course, for gravel, there's a lot of dog walkers, so it's really useful to have a bell.
So the Fara F gravel is a bike that you can really load up, and you have taken advantage of some of them, not all of them, because we've got some fork mounts that have remained all clean. But you've got the bags here. What's your setup and kind of what's in there?
So I have the Fara integrated frame bag, which is really good because you don't need to put a frame protector, you can just attach it. And then I have a bolt-on top tube bag from Apidura. Then the Apidura tool pouch, so I have there like some repair things like Dynaplax, a spare inner tube, etc. And then that's it. That's the lightweight version for ultra, I would say. Yeah, kind of. So I have my power bank here, all my electronics at hand in case I need to charge anything, and some sunscreen, and here maybe a rain jacket, and mostly food. Yes,
mostly food.
A lot of food.
What's your snack of choice for riding?
I think everybody knows I love Haribo.
There we go.
That's my snack of choice.
Well, some people that are contemplating riding 560 kilometers in one go might think that you might need more than one bottle cage on, but there's a secret.
Yeah, exactly. So I use the Apidura hydration pack, which is really useful to carry water, so I have all the capacity I need. And this is purely gels in this bottle. It's a gel bottle, normally 300 grams.
300 milliliters of gel.
Yeah.
We've got a SRAM, is that a SRAM Force Explore gearing?
Yeah, that's SRAM Force, and then I have 38 at the front and 1044 at the back.
So nice and wide, especially good.
Yeah.
Especially good for the hills around here. Nice little mud guard at the back here.
Yeah, so I love this one. It makes a difference even with these like puddles.
Yeah.
So it's the A-Saver Wing 2. It's really comfortable and you can easily remove it if you have different bikes. You can switch it around.
Your wheels and tyres, so I have to say, I don't recognise the wheel brand, but the tyres I do recognise. So let's start with them. You've got the Pirellis.
Yeah, the Pirelli Cinturato Gravel M, that's my tire of choice. I tested it in one of the races I did, Bohemian Border Bash. I was like, if they can survive that, they can survive everything. I didn't have a single puncture. I used them for gravel trips and perfect. They hold the air perfectly. I didn't have to pump it or anything. And the grip, especially in wet conditions, is great.
Perfect.
Like here,
perfect for right here. What wheels are they mounted on?
Fulcrum Rapid Red Carbon.
But what is the width here?
45 millimeters.
Awesome. And do you know the pressures?
27.5 psi. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, Sherry, thank you so much for joining us. I'm really sorry that you couldn't get the chance to race and attack through the night, but I'm sure the training rides around Girona will serve you well. But that was our time at the Traka over. We'd seen some incredible racing and bike tech, but it was time for a cold beer and a very large pizza. But before you do the same, why not tell us your favourite bike of the weekend down in the comments below. And if you want to see part 1 of this video, then why not click up in the corner?